Hey, traders. Welcome to the early stream. Just wanted to knock it out today because got up real early this morning, had to take care of some things. Deal with some home repair stuff, like always, and yeah, I'm just kind of tired, so had a little bit of energy left. Wanted to give it to you, you know, so I can relax this evening, not worry about it. So just to keep you informed on what's going on. Well, you know, Bitcoin on the 4 hour, you know, that 4 hour bullish divergence was playing out, but yesterday evening or last night, we started getting like some rounding out action on the RSI, and it turned into hidden bearish divergence in the end, right? Where you make, we'll see a high on price right here. Made a high August 20th, around 11.9. We had this level of relative strength, and then we made a lower high, and in the end we made a higher level of relative strength, impending price action continuation to the downside. Looks like that ended up, you know, maturing, and then it started playing out, and then now we've broken the upsloping support. We've broken horizontal line support from history, right? The 11.463 major Three Gorges Dam. Not good. I mean, that's terrible. It's like, why even break it to begin with? Probably maybe just to bamboozle everyone, right? False breakouts happen, and this is why I try to emphasize TA helps with probabilities, but never certainties. And there is no edge right now at all. Like, even I don't even think the daily hasn't much of an edge unless we just start getting a crazy Japanese candlestick major reversal. Right now there's just nothing. You only have like bearish convergence now on your RSI and your MACD. I don't know, man. Technically, if it started turning around right here, and I mean, if you go any lower, you're probably just going to invalidate any chance of continuation of classic bullish divergence, right? But who knows, man? The negative Momo could just keep building on lower prices. What we know looking left for Bitcoin, there's no real support until 10,952. Like, you got to go, again, look left, and you see like where we turn things around at doesn't really make sense. I mean, maybe it was just people FOMOing into shorts. It's never easy, right? Where they had to get liquidated too. So the price runs up, they get destroyed, and then the selling continues to where we, you know, methodically over time, we bleed out to 10,952 to back test it maybe as support. It's back from August and September of 2019. That's it, man. I mean, all we're doing now will be smoking some hopium, right? Hopium that you don't ever see 10,952, which I don't know how you don't. But just the way support resistance works. You got that offshoot chance. If things start reversing now, in the next couple hours, next few hours, you might get that continuation of bullish divergence, but I don't know, man. Right, what we do with our technical analysis, we just try to look for trade setups. And, you know, trying to analyze the trend and stuff. Well, I mean, you're still making much higher lows than your lows from July. 9,200, that's good. But unfortunately, a bearish engulfing candle again on the daily. And it could be turning into falling three methods, excuse me, bearish continuation pattern. Where'd my music go, man? I'm getting robbed here. All right. Yeah, sucks, dude. I mean, it's indiscriminate selling unless you're talking about just that one flavor of the second S coin that's extremely illiquid. Maybe that one's doing fine. But all the rest, again, just obliterated. No chance for a trade. Stop outs everywhere. Reset. We got another reset. I know, and this is just how it works. It's like, hey, you have real nice runs up, you have real nice trade setups for a long time, and then Bitcoin starts dumping, and then like the continuation of all those trade setups, it ends, they get reset, and then you think you may be starting to develop an edge again, and then more selling from the main asset comes in, and everything else just gets thrown into tatters, right? I mean, like 3.67% down on Bitcoin, but BAT's down 11%, but ZRX is down almost 13%. ADA down 10%. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, great. But like the thing is, I mean, this is one market. We are not a Bitcoin only stream here. Like there are other markets that we look for opportunities. And, you know, the other market's doing pretty much the inverse of this one. Now the other market, gold, precious metals, not doing well. As discussed, was very kind of sketched out, right? Proceed with caution on gold because of its brilliant run it's already had in that lower high. And this is what we're talking about. It's so Monka-esque still on gold. Where it could be a good long entry if it holds, but again, you got all this stuff that happened before. I mean, look at all this time. I mean, there would be nothing wrong with a correction that could last for 5 months plus on gold for a while. But just almost as like, you know, buy wall stuff, distribution. You're trying, dude. I mean, what the heck? Trying so hard here. And you're even, are you kidding me, on the 4 hour on gold starting to try and bullishly diverge. Where you make like lows and then slightly scrubby lower lows. But now you're starting to try and to engulf back above 1920. Man, I'm telling you, this area, it's really tough. It's extremely tough. Because it's like no value on gold. I mean, there might be value on gold because, like, you know, hey, unlimited money printing and, you know, the US dollars just getting, I mean, devalued every day based on all that. So it's just like the question remains, will 1920 hold? If it does, this is a prime entry for a long. But if 1920 doesn't hold, you know, we could very well see 1850 very fast. So place your bids, gamblers. Since you can't gamble on many sports, maybe one would bet on gold or bet against gold. But, you know, the great news is, for the trader, I mean, one could have like a long setup and a short setup with stops, right, on both. And whichever way it goes, the other position gets stopped out and, it runs to much higher highs or much lower lows, right? So that could be one of those, dudes. Or you're just almost talking like this just for fun. Since what else we got to do today, man? Come on. You know, just maybe just right below that previous low at this point. I mean, you want to keep real tight. Like this, or right, so if they, all right, I mean, stop probably would be the most strategic stop would be just above these previous highs from August 20th, right? I don't know. And then, take profit. Could be at the previous low, but then, if you're being strategic, it has to be a much deeper sell-off, right? So like your previous peak from July 9th, and then, that's 3-1. So you see what I'm saying? almost a coin flips chance where it could be strategic on both sides. So whatever. Gold Connect. Let's just stare at Johnson & Johnson. Why? You want to fall asleep, dude? It's not meant to be a crazy, insane growth stock, you know? Johnson & Johnson's finally showing life, you know? It's been in a range for years. Here is Johnson & Johnson, right? Why we have to be looking at the depressing market all day? It's not my fault that I cared about TA, before crypto was kind of like, look how much more popular crypto is. Stocks were really cool. I mean, maybe not cool, but they were around, okay? And they're just not the same, right? 11% down on BAT. Johnson & Johnson's up 0.01% today. Why? Moneymaker? Not every day, man. It's going to be doing it. But I'm telling you, when ice lines get broken, when resistances get... Well, the major ice line of the range, the trading range, has been broken. That's real. That was bad. I mean, that's January 2018, that peak. And that's how we remember. That's a good way. A little education. Does anyone want some? I mean, like, for people that are trying to get into this world, and it's, it's not easy. There's so many different things, so many rules, so many barriers to entry. It's really just, was it a learning curve or something, TA? All the rules, all the things you need to know. So like, just trading ranges and stuff. Let's see, man. Let's see what we can do. All right, so we get a run up, and then we run up to the top. Just give me a second, okay? I'm trying to, we're trying at school's in session a little bit since I think college is just trying to indoctrinate you now. Just give me a second, all right? So, like, main question, so a lot of people be asking, like, how do you even create a range? How do you even know where to plot, right? How do you know, like, what to do? And so it's like, normally when you've got like a bunch of up and down for a long time, I'm trying to emulate the J&J chart. So like your first peak, right after a big markup in price, you just started down here. A new range was created. So how does it start? You start with like that first peak, right? That first major high. And then you try to go with really a low, the next major low before a rally occur. And this one's probably should have gone a little higher. You could make a 382 50% retrace. And then so it's just like 1 and 2. And then after that, after a range is created, the only thing that happens, the candles will be correlating to those initial trend lines that were plotted, right? This horizontal raise, you could plot that way, or you could just use the horizontal line tool. Horizontal ray, horizontal, there's the horizontal line or horizontal raise to plot your trend lines, okay? So when that happens, right, the price action here correlated to this new support found. And there's a lot of time, oftentimes, right, you'll get like bonus touch points from history, right? And so I'm trying to make an example here so people can learn a little bit more about Wyckoff and how ranges, how they work, man. You get a big markup in price, and this is like, we call that preliminary supply, and then we get our buying climax, and then we get our sell-off, and we get an attempted rally right here, and this is what we call the secondary test. And then you just get, you call them signs of weakness if you sell off again to the bottom, but just look at it like a rectangle, more Wyckoff stuff. But in these rectangles, after you hit the top a couple times and you sell off and you fail to touch the bottom again, that's what you call the potential partial declines. And these are real good trading tools, because if a potential partial decline is when anytime an asset's in a rectangle or a broadening pattern, and once it sells off from after it hit the top, it has to hit the top of the pattern, the rectangle, and sells off. It has to fail to hit the bottom. At any time, it could fail and start rallying again. Potential at that point, partial decline. But once it hits the top of the trading range again, after pivoting after failing hitting the bottom, that's when you call it a confirmed partial decline. And based on all the research done by Thomas Bulkowski, if you get that confirmed partial decline, there's a 70% chance of a major breakout of the entire range, of the entire rectangle or broadening pattern. And so we finally got that for the first time in this trading range. Has been kind of in existence since 2017, kind of really started January 2018. It's the first time Johnson & Johnson's gotten a partial decline, a confirmed one. And just happens to be descending broadening wedge turns into inverse head and shoulders. These are bullish patterns. They're both implying upside, right? And then you get the greater context of that just Bulkowski pattern or patterns are also partial declines. So they're all the whole narrative of this chart is up next, not down. So you truly do need to break the local highs. But eventually Johnson & Johnson, for the patient man or woman or alien, is like 162.45. So sorry, probably some scuffed education. I'm tired. My brain is like, it's not doing well today. That's why I went live early. Price action, I guess, in crypto. I just I didn't want to wait like 3 hours and be even more exhausted for you, to where maybe I can't even do a terrible education segment like I just tried to do on the trend stuff. All right. So let me tell you real quick though, continuing maybe a little bit of range-bound education or Wyckoff stuff. So what do you look for at bottoms? Say like it failed again, it up thrusted to the top again, and then it didn't make a potential partial decline. It actually sold off and it fell below the trading range, right? The price action correlation to that first support, you fell below it. And so eventually you spend time below it for a while, but something happens. And a lot of times high volume will come in, a lot of red volume will come in below the ice line. And that's good for bulls, because when you have a lot of volume and you're just barely below the critical support that you've broken, that means there's an extreme amount of effort being put in by market participants to get this to lower prices. But it's going nowhere, right? So all this work and no reward for sellers it's just a signature of maybe a little bit of exhaustion that doesn't have anything to do with divergence. Of course, you're looking for divergence down here, but what will happen is it's not always about the breakout that we receive at these critical ice lines. It is about the price action correlation we receive after the breakout. That's something so many people don't understand. It's not the breakout, it's the price action correlation after the breakout. So you get high volume, little effort rewards for the bears. Okay, they kind of relent, and then all of a sudden we creep on up and we get back above that ice line. These are good things. We would then be waiting. We'd be like on alert. Okay, we broke the ice line. And so we wait for the back test of that. And that shows the validity of the support. So this is called the spring, or we fall below, hold for a while, and then we break back to the upside into the range. And this is called the back test of the spring. And this is how legendary things can happen. After back tests of springs, you can get violent price action to the upside, to where I've seen it on S coins. I remember like Wax to BTC was like a trade setup. It was like a year and a half ago. All right. But they did this, and I'm talking once the spring back test was confirmed, it was like in less than a day, just this. Like crazy stuff can happen. Now, it's not always, especially in stocks, it's not going to be like that. Illiquid S coins, you got a higher probability of that happening, but it does. This is stuff we're looking for, man. If you can get harmonics down here, good God. That's like what Johnson & Johnson did, that kind of in a way, right? Where it had like the support. It created a huge harmonic, a 786 retrace. It was like springing and then back testing the spring, falling wedge, bullish divergence, all the things we look for. And look what happened. Hit both targets, went even higher, up thrusted through the range, and then Corona bamboozled the whole market. But look, price action correlation to the range. We V-shaped recovery. How long did you spend below it? Not long at all. Amazon did the same thing. It was below its range, major range, and just got back above it. No problem, man. And here it is, right? You sprung. Here's the back test of the spring on the date of April 1st, 2020, right? That April Fool's Day. From April Fool's Day after that spring, again, you hit all-time highs, 156.98. And now here we are once more. The partial decline, dude. All right, so just trying to provide some value today early while I can. While Bitcoin sells off, maybe we can invest in ourselves. And maybe, you know, if your positions, you got stopped out, which I'm sure a lot of people did. A couple of my positions did. At least maybe we can grow not just portfolios, but our minds. And so we're better prepared for the next time we gain an opportunity, right?
Is that a joint?
For delivering the goods, day by day by day. Thanks.
Thanks for the 420, man. Don't really feel like I deserve it today. Anything. Okay. Thank you. And thanks for the patrons, new patrons that joined today and last night, you know. Standard Rate, Drix, Levi, John Candlewick, Lee M, and I know Noah R joined. Maybe you're in the stream yesterday, but thank y'all all. So right, I mean, like, you know, these we're gonna get moves up and down in crypto. Trades are gonna play out. Trades are gonna stop out. But one thing should stay static, right? One thing should stay certain, that we continue to always try and invest in ourselves, because there are multiple markets where we can make money. It's not just in crypto. And maybe it's a wake-up call, like you're over there and you're like, oh my god, man, I can't believe crypto's down. I don't even look at the stock market. It's like, well, maybe it's a good idea to look at it, because remember, all the TA, the technical analysis you're learning from me, this was all research for over 100 years on the stock market, not the crypto market. Okay, so anyway, let's go to the S&P 500. So 34.42, I mean, you're like there. You're like at all-time highs. Like, you gapped up yesterday. You technically gapped up today, not much. You filled the gap like instantly, and now it's just like in power hour. I mean, we got 8 minutes and 20-something seconds till the whole day closes, right? We're about to close at all-time highs once again. And I mean, like, yeah, we can get up through, I think, eventually a gap fill. Hey, Thursday, right? Jerome Powell speaks at Jackson Hole Symposium. So, evidently it's supposed to be bad, man. So I wonder if that's like leading up to that event. Maybe we sell off and fill that gap.
Can we revisit Cron? Looks like it may be slowly working on a higher low.
Sure, Batson. Thanks for the 3. Look at it. Yeah, I mean, it's above the ice lines. Unfortunately, it's just much lower. Yeah. We can look. So the QQQ, NASDAQ, also doing very similar things. Dow Jones Industrial. Underperforming somewhat the S&P. I mean, I'm looking at the futures here. So hold on. Yeah, Dow Jones Industrial, man, is like not even close to its all-time high. It's at an 88% retrace right now. I don't know, man. I haven't been looking at this one. Here you go. Much slower recovery. And you know, the Dow Jones just did a little bit of reconsolidating, where it dropped a few names from the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right? And so Amgen was added. CRM or Salesforce was added. And Honeywell International was added. Those three. So, I don't know. They're just trying, I mean, it happens over and over and over. You'll get underperformers or bad conditions for an extended amount of time. And yeah, like underperformers will get dropped and outperformers will get added. So the deepest retrace, the deepest of deep retraces, you're just at this valley from February 3rd, 2020, but from the all-time high to the COVID low, China virus low, 28,268. I mean, you're just slightly above it. I mean, the next target, we're about to, there's a gap. That is the next target, certainly. On the Dow Jones, right? Yeah. At 28,974. It seems possible if the money printer continues to burn, that's where you're headed. Very interesting, right? Yeah, we could plot a channel too. I'm sure we could, right? No problem. Yep, TTI doing things, man. The rising 5 valleys now or something. Isn't that what it is? Yeah. I mean, it could still end up being okay. Cron is still okay, man. I mean, despite it getting devastated, you know, this valley, it still could end up, yeah, and you're someone's talking about a bullish Garley? Yeah, man, you're right. Inverse wrong, Colonel Sanders. I think, I mean, just eyeballing it, right? XA, 618 right here. Sweet mother God. Wow. Wow, dude.
Haven't
Wow.
checked if there's any portfolio gains today, but thanks to your tireless effort to teach, we are making knowledge gains like kings. Thanks as always, bro, for being here. Great stuff. Clinking beer mugs.
Thanks, someone to pay for 420. Yeah, dude. Really appreciate you wanting to invest in yourself. You and many other patrons out there, or people that are not patrons that genuinely care about this trade, which just happens to be kind of trading, but it's like it's the art of looking for an edge on the market. That's what it really kind of is. So yeah, dude, this is nuts. Bullish Garley and a much higher low than the low from May 13th. Yeah. It's pot stocks though. That's what sucks about it, dude. It's like, remember we always try to look for, we want a bullish macro. Well, you know, you got that. But then you want to look at what industry are you wanting to trade that asset? Oh, well, it's the pot industry. Oh, it's federally illegal still. That's not good. And it's also in a major correction, you know, a major correction that started in March of 2019. So that's a bearish industry that you're trying to trade. And now you're looking at the underlying asset, which has been in a major downtrend. But the good news is, right, based on what we know looking left, this is really good. You know, these are areas of perceived value. Wow. I mean, yeah, you broke that demand line, but only after making a deep retrace. This is great, man. This is a wonderful looking pattern. It kind of reminds me of COF, AAL, which, believe it or not, they pulled back 3% plus. They were like top losers today, like United Airlines. American Airlines, yeah, that's one. I think all the airplane companies. But Best Buy is the top loser today. I think the worst loser. It had earnings reported, and I guess it didn't go well. Also, energy not doing well. Phillips 66, a loser today. International Paper Company, called Dunder Mifflin, they're crying. Or laughing, I don't know. Cisco, I mean, the S Cisco, right? SYY, so that's like commercial food delivery and stuff. So, dude, despite you didn't survive earnings, but I'll be danged if this isn't a textbook bullish Garley. To where the entries around now, like I'm not saying you enter now, but I'm saying like if one was to play a harmonic, this is how you play it. One would take longs at PCZs, especially if they're really strong supports from history. First target 720, second target 814. It's that easy. Now, stop loss, strategic stop loss is not easy, right? Where, I mean, oh look, 513, that low from April 2nd, that'd be a strategic stop loss. So it would be pretty, I mean, right below that stop, or that wick from April 2018. And then you just swing for the fence. Set it and forget it. 4.32 to 1 reward to risk. That's a nice, dude. Very nice. And then you got second target. I mean, it's how it was kind of set up on KNC, set up on Bitcoin 2019, set up on any harmonic. Could have it like that. Now, I know KZ Stubbs is all about having a stop below X, but I don't know if I want anything to do with Cron if it's falling below critical support looking left and falling below the PCZ. So the problem is there's no buying signal on the 4 hour right now. There's not. Like one more sell-off and then you might be able to get a buying signal on this time scale. You just don't have any yet. That's what sucks about crawling on the 4 hour. Daily, do you have any hope? Nope. You only see, that's the problem with this harmonic here, dude. That's all it is. It's just a harmonic at supports. There's absolutely no seller exhaustion on the 4 hour nor the daily. So you have to take this one with a grain of salt. It's just not as strong as we've seen other ones. Okay, there you go, Batson, dude. If you want to see the Bitcoin analysis, you just rewind 5 minutes into the stream. And there you go, that's it. That's literally it. We talked about it. So again, I don't know how or why Bitcoin wouldn't see 10,952 at this point, where we are. You're below, there's no support here, really. I mean, not really. And there's no, like, there's no seller exhaustion right now in Bitcoin. I mean, the target's 10,952. Like, reversing here would just be like weird with no exhaustion. Okay, it would just be a huge bamboozle. TA being disrespected. TA is respected if we see 10,952 just based on support resistance. You break one, you normally go the next one in time. It doesn't happen immediately because it can't be that easy for shorts to just be FOMOing into shorts and it goes, right? It's like, yeah, man, I did it. Shorts got to get wrecked too. Up and down. Price action oscillation, right? There's not much. I don't think there's any catalyst to Bitcoin selling off. It just might be a lack of bids, man. Lack of demand. Risk on markets. The Dow Jones and S&P and NASDAQ are killing it. Gold's correcting. And I mean, there were just plenty of gains to be had in the crypto sphere for a good while, man. I mean, even before Bitcoin took off in July, there were altcoins that were showing promise and they were respecting the TA. They were trade setups, but it's just like these altcoins just do what Bitcoin does. Like ultimately, like that, yeah, when Bitcoin doesn't do anything at all, yeah, they'll be able to run up, pump or dump. But not when Bitcoin sells off and breaks critical supports. The altcoins, look at them, down 10%, like 8% on average, man. So, you know, one thing about, since we're talking about Bitcoin, I guess, right?
Dude, is that J&J channel partial decline showing up in the XTZ BTC channel day?
Well, it wouldn't be the Johnson & Johnson, it would be just a Wyckoff, or just a, you know what I'm saying, right? Thanks, Doodle. Oh, I don't know, dude. Oh, well, yeah, dude, I guess, right? I mean, that was a trade setup too, man. Like, you know, this is an unsung trade setup that was posted on the 1st or 2nd of this month. And, you know, it ran up, it sold off, got near the entry again. But look, it ultimately hit the top of the trading range, and what happened? It's now selling off, right? And it reversed at the top of the range. How about that, man? Kind of color me surprised here. So is that happening? No. I mean, until you reverse to the upside, until you hit 3,700 sats again, absolutely not. I mean, this could just keep going and eventually see the bottom of the range again. Does anyone remember this at all? Yeah, we got a new 4-hour candle. Yeah, stock market closed 3 minutes ago. I guess we'll... Do you need it? Look on the hits. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Here you go. So is that happening? No, not yet. We'll see if we could plot, you know, the descending broadening wedge here. Well, there's your supply line. You're not even close to yet, right? Just 1 and 2 up there. I mean, you got the same structure here, but Sorry, you're not catching bids. And if Bitcoin sees 10,952, I just don't see how Tezos is gonna hold this price as it is now. All right. I mean, all you did, right, was you reversed at the top of the range. You sold off, right? You fell below 3207 Sats, which I applauded because that's the support resistance. It was actually, I think, the first target of the trade setup from down here. But anyway, and that's why we chose it, because it's a major potential reversal area. But all you did was you broke it, and now you're back testing it when it should have been support, is now resistance again. And now we're selling off. So you just regarded something that should have been support as resistance, which confirms to market participants that it's a resistance, so you sell off. So, I mean, you had look at this. You had triple MACD bullish divergence. It was looking good. It looked decent, kind of like Bitcoin. It was even better than Bitcoin. And all the price action you got from this triple MACD bullish divergence support, this is it. Only a back test to fail and dump, which I thought maybe kind of Bitcoin, you can't blame me for my thinking here, where Bitcoin, hey man, that divergence could have maybe gotten us to 11,981 just to test it and fail and then dump and do what we're doing now. But it just, there weren't enough bids. I was about, $150 off. So it's not crazy for me to think that the divergence would play out for us to test and fail a major resistance. So anyway. So no edge here at this current time. I mean, maybe sell off and you get quadruple MACD bullish divergence, but good luck, dude. Good luck with Bitcoin. And right now, this is the best area to buy. This is the best area to own an asset in a range, the bottom, and it was there. So I want to pull that up. David Day, that's not true at all. It just sometimes, once something's played out so much, reversals happen. It's just, that's wrong to say that it just doesn't work. Because we found an edge at 9,200 that brought us to 13K almost.
In your opinion, is the fractal we ran on BTC now obsolete?
Yeah, I understand the predictable pattern stuff. All right, good luck on Chronos, man. That's very interesting. Hold on, let me. You don't have any help on the oscillators, dude. You just don't. And that's the only thing I don't like about it. But other than that, it's fantastic. Nice one. So anyway, Bitcoin fractal. I think you're talking about the predictable patterns on Bitcoin, where it had look, man, if you go back and you look at here, all of April, May, and June, and you go up here, it was almost identical, almost freaking identical, right? You preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic rally, secondary test, right? And you go up here, look. Preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic rally, secondary test, you sold off, then you up thrusted. Well, we eventually got that up thrust, right? After the sell off. It was identical almost. And so, now you're just be like, where are we in the fractal? You're starting to, right? Yeah, it's starting to become invalid because you shouldn't be falling and making lower lows. And I don't think you didn't here, right? The local low that was higher than that one, and these lows were, I don't know, because this low, I mean, this pattern developed and it was lower than this one, right? So that you could still be following that if that's the fractal here. But nothing no tradable information or just what we're looking at here. Okay. We'd be looking for this next, I guess. 3 rising valleys. Probably not going to get it at all. So, yeah, man. No good. It's something that could happen. I mean, it could always happen, dude. It's hey, that was a dragon. Dragon failed. Or maybe it was just not large enough of a structure to be reliable, to where you just now have a new supply line. And now it's almost like, you know, a new potential dragon if we got bids at a, you know, think about it. It's too deep though, right? 1618, you can't have that. I mean, minimum or maximum is 1414 for any kind of like cipher or something, right? For this to happen, right? That's an idea too, but I just don't think we've broken critical support. You fall any more, you're gonna get no bullish divergence. You won't get any. It'll just be complete bearish convergence. Wipe the slate clean. We'll have no edge on the market. I mean, we pretty much have no edge on Bitcoin right now. I thought we had one. It played out, and then a new edge developed. It was fat. I mean, it was like really to be paying attention, where you go from bullish divergence, and then it plays out. You see the positive histogram island. You get some bids, but it just never catches enough to get you to that critical resistance, and then hidden bearish divergence develops right after, and that gets price action, falls through. So technically, I guess somewhat TA was respected there. Oh yeah, dude, look at this, chat. Remember Wave? The Jesus, dude. Oh my god. The Jesus. The Gartley. The back test of the spring. Why this was so amazing wasn't the harmonic. That's okay. The accumulation was good, but it was this 895 area. You look left. What was it, man? It was an ice line from February of 2016. That was what made this so wonderful. And you can see the price action correlation to that ice line. And look how it all started. A nice bullish hammer, an engulfing candle, ran up, both targets achieved. But we knew, right? We know this could be the next SSL, right? Where eventually, man, you go to like 16 bucks. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Traditional markets, there are opportunities. Crypto, it's like, hey, look what happened in traditional markets today. All over the board, right? Airline companies, some tech companies, energy companies destroyed, right? But then you had some retail companies and some tech companies and some food companies. You had all these different, there's different, right? Like, it's not so homogeneous, right? Whatever you want to call it. That's why it's good to not just be stuck up on crypto, man. You're not really a trader if you just do crypto. Like, I don't know how you can do it. Like, people really they're like, what is it? What is just like you're taking a stand against the man because stocks are like what? The evil empire? What is it that makes you only want to care about crypto? Yeah, Adam. Someone was talking about pulling down the parallel channel on Bitcoin to the scam wick, and if so, it touched it perfectly. But then it's like, again, yeah, you could do that, and it's fine, it's holding, but there's no horizontal line support till 10,952. So that's what's most important to me is 11,463, 10,952, then 10,550. Those three numbers right there. I'm here for the tech, man. No, it's normally people that are here because they're really greedy, right? Because the swings in crypto, well, some days, we look and it's all red and it's all like 7, 10, 15%. But there are sometimes there are green days that are like that. And that's what drives people in. All right, Wave killed it, man. Killing it, not done. Even though targets achieved. eBay, not so good today, down 1.24%. It may not be over, but that's where we're thinking, right? Wouldn't it be I don't know, it's too perfect a double bottom to be a harmonic, but You still never even hit the deep retraces yet, so maybe it's pulling back. Maybe it comes in at back test 57.45 or 57 bucks. So regarded as support before it continues. It just happens. But it started out wonderfully, and you're just starting to sell off a little bit today. Not a big deal. Just checking up on it. Yeah, be greedy on investing in yourself and your education, right? That's the right idea.
Take a gander at CRM.
Salesforce Connect. Yeah, the only thing that it could be if it was a harmonic at this point would be a bearish deep crab. The fact that it got listed the Dow Jones Industrial. Great. Look at this though, man. What did it hit today for the first time ever from its previous all-time high to the China virus low? The 1272 fib extension. All right, but deep crabs, bearish deep crabs, they're not like butterflies where it's a range where it could reverse. So eventually in time, maybe CRM could see $245.45 or $245.57. Man, look after hours. This thing's up 230. Wow, look after hours, dude. This thing's almost at the PCZ. Sweet mother of God. So, are you kidding me? It gets listed to the Dow Jones yesterday and has earnings after hours and is now about to hit the PCZ of the bearish deep crab pattern. All-time highs. Wow, dude. Nice one, Anthony. But good luck up there with no help on the oscillators because you're not going to have any on. That could be a breakaway gap depending on the volume. It's already so high, it could be a breakaway gap come open tomorrow. Good God. I like this. I don't like how it says post here, but I do like how it tracks it after hours. That is such a nice new amenity. Yeah, mobile getting wrecked, replaced. That's who it is, probes. Yeah, I had the names of the ones that got listed, but not the ones who got replaced. So great news, man. A 1-2 punch CRM pump, man. Bots will replace the TA? No, humans set up the bots to respect the TA. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I mean, that's literally crazy talk. That's like someone being like, if you can look up a harmonic on the internet, it doesn't work. Like that makes absolutely no sense. I know I don't get you. No one gets you. Bots literally are programmed by humans that respect the TA. Or really, we're not going to have institutions aren't going to have consensus across all their bots on where to take profit, where to have sell walls, where to have sell orders and buy orders. That's wrong. So crazy, man. You think eventually Nvidia would have a hangover day? It didn't. I mean, it didn't do anything much today. Up 0.23%, but 510. Still above that psychological resistance, man. It's gorgeous. What a friggin' king. AMD finally starting to wake up again. It's been stuck for a couple weeks now. Yeah, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Amazon killing it today, right? I mean, almost at all-time highs. Very, very close. I mean, it did. Like, where traders settled up on the 4 hour, it was all-time highs. Forget the wick from yesterday. It closed all-time highs. So 33.46 and 33.50 is like, I think 3,500 is your next psychological resistance on Amazon. Okay, so what an uptrend, man. What a killer. Driving this market, driving the S&P at all-time highs, along with all the other big names, big tech names. Yeah, Facebook up 3.46%. And look how it all started, dude. Look how it started for Facebook. Sweet God, man. It's stupid. $280.99. Like this one's almost like in its own way a kind of a range, right? Fell below the range, finally got back above it, and then he tested it one more time, and he even got a back test of the spring. Look at this, the spring. And then right here, the back test of the spring, April 2nd. And what happened after April 2nd's back test of the spring? Kings, gone. Literally gone. Moon. So 1618 probably there. Probably had a 1618 through extension. Oh, yep. As of today, for the first time, it seems like, no, you'd hit it the first time, you reverse there, and now you're breaking it. So there's nothing. No Fibonacci. I mean, maybe we could use short-term Fibonacci, but eventually 361's to 2618, if you can even believe it. 361. I think your next target's $300. That's psychological resistance, right? There you go. That looms. Nothing's doing great in crypto. Nothing. Engine's doing great, down 7-something%. I know, you pull out on the weekly, it's no big deal, right? Weekly, daily, I mean, yeah, you get sell-offs, pumps, sell-offs, pumps. It's okay. No real technical damage done, but today, yeah, hit hard, everything. Oh, I remember Probst. You should be asking the chat, though. 90% won't. AMD had a solid close. See, I didn't even notice that. I knew it was doing okay, but it pulled back some. Yeah, it did. Oh my god, wow. And what I love, right? I love on AMD is, look at this. For the first time since August 7th, like almost 3 weeks, right? You're seeing positive momentum on the 4 hour. So let's see if we get follow through price action tomorrow and the next day. In the coming days. All-time highs. And 95.15 is the log scale measured move, which is nuts, right? Daily log scale cut with, it's like inverse head and shoulders with handle, man. Nice bullish engulfing candle today. Look at the hidden bullish divergence on the daily for AMD. Oh my god. That's exciting. That's really cool. Super excited about that in my long position. There it is. Waning on negative Momo, engulfing candle. Look, the log scale channel that I've had plotted for multiple years, right? Isn't it since 2018? You held it as support, it looks like, and your next target's like $95, but really it's almost like $100 is your next target. Not overbought anymore? Wow. Alright, been live for about an hour. That's about as far as I wanted to take it. I knew it was going to be a blah day. I just wanted to inform you, do what I do, right? Try to instill a little bit of value into your day of analysis so you have like maybe a better understanding of where Bitcoin is contextually, and maybe, you learn something about trading, or, maybe there's a trade setup or something out there. So yeah, alts across the board, no edge, everything's been wiped out. All ideas, all trade ideas wiped out. You can thank Bitcoin for breaking critical support for that, and really in time, you can go up and back test 11,463 as resistance. And you could test that before testing 10,982, but that's like kind of the target in time is 10,982. If you don't hold 10,982, you're going down to 10,550, and that's bad, man. I mean, like it would be understandable because we've never back tested 10,550 after we broke it. Let me show you. Here it is, dude. All right, we've never back tested the right angled and descending broadening formation. It seems very, very possible with this being such a mega resistance, and now we're kind of like, you got 5 days to say F you, we're kings again, and get back above 11,463. But if you don't, if this sell-off continues, 10,550 seems extremely likely. Look at the weekly, and the weekly is telling you everything. We couldn't break it. We've tried. We're scrubs. Oh, look, Three Gorges Dam. That's how important. That's how strong it is, man. That is how powerful this level is. Just not enough bids above the resistance to get you to higher prices yet. So again, we're waiting for the weekly candle close to confirm that we're back below the three gorgeous down. But maybe by the time that 5 days is up, you know, you could be at 10,550. So 10,952 doesn't exist on the weekly. You can't even see it. So that's why I watch stream, just to know like what's going on, right? No support where we are, 11,243. Okay, see you at 10,952 pretty much. And then we'll talk after we break down. All right, thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, most likely. Till next time, respect the T. Hey.